And guess what? The only time she ever truly stopped was when she was finally sent to an all-girls home for allegedly stealing her parents' money to pay guys to fuck her. Greetings and welcome to my official rant series on why things suck. In this video, I will go on and on about why bullies should be locked the fuck up. In fact, having been bullied for about 10 years since I was only 6 years old, I mean, that's really all I can say. I was bullied since I was 6 years old for about 10 years by the girls at my all-girls school. First up, you should note that bullies not only cause pain and suffering to those around them, but they also have the potential to create new bullies out of their victims. Yes, you might be surprised, but studies have shown that victims of bullying stand a higher chance of becoming bullies themselves in the future, whether or not they stand up against the original bullies. In other words, it's like a virus, a contagion. Once you don't stop the kingpin, that virus spreads, infects others, and creates new bullies. Hence, all the more to lock those fuckers away. Secondly, they could drive victims to drastic measures, costing even more lives. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of the Amanda Todd story or other similar stories of both cyberbullying and bullied victims. If these victims don't kill themselves, then they start a mass shooting and kill others. So seriously, leave these original bullies unchecked to roam free if you want. It'll only cost more lives in the end in some way or another. Don't say I didn't warn you. Next, bullies when left unchecked can and will become criminals or unproductive members of society. This is sort of common sense. I mean, just Google how many bullies become criminals and you see thousands, millions of entries. You see, if you don't reprimand, punish, or even torture some of these bullies into submission and obedience, there is a high chance that these people will turn out to become adult criminals, which yet again leads to economic losses and even more loss of lives. Like seriously, how long are we going to let this go on? Next, they ruin the learning or working environment for everyone. And I don't just mean physical bullies here, but emotional ones as well. And heck, I was in an all-girls school for that matter. Which kind of reminds me of when I was, forced to eat pencil shavings by 3 girls. You think my learning experience was any much fonder after that? Or how about the time when this girl, Christine, her real name, spread rumors about me being in a lesbian relationship with a female teacher? I mean, seriously, those things are traumatic for a teenager the age of 15. Would you want something like that to happen to your own child, Christine? As you can tell, such experiences and bullying, whether cyber or not, literally soils the childhood, learning, working, growing environment of the individual. It takes about 10 positive events to override the impact of a negative one. So if you've been bullied one too many times, then your learning and working environment is pretty much ruined. Finally, they will never stop until they are stopped. They're like addicts and addicted to power. So unless they are severely punished and tortured for their actions, bullies will most likely come back again and again, unless they are stopped or finally receive their comeuppance that sets them back on the straight and narrow. Seriously, I know this one girl who kept picking on me forever. Her name is Vicki. Yes, I just used her real name. I don't care. Seriously, she stole and hid my school bag, stole my birthday invitations, kept isolating me, and guess what? The only time she ever truly stopped was when she was finally sent to an all-girls home for allegedly stealing her parents' money to pay guys to fuck her at the age of 16. She deserved to be ditched. And like any addict, they need help. So these bullies should get the help they require or be locked away and never be seen in the light of day ever again. Again, this is by no means an exhaustive list, and if you can find any more reasons why bullies should be locked up, please go ahead and comment on this video below. Alright, let's say you're currently in the situation where you are being bullied or had recently experienced some form of aggression from another party. What exactly are your options to get out or move past this abuse? Alright, so we all know that if you're here, it's not a good sign. It probably means either you or someone you know is being or was bullied. Having had 10 years of that bullshit, here are a few of my suggestions when it comes to handling that kind of delicate situation. Now, if you're currently being bullied, I recommend finding some kind of comfort and solace with a positive activity. It could be a hobby or a sport, whatever it is. Put your focus and attention and efforts towards that activity day in and day out. you'll find that your life would at least be more bearable, and you could always find comfort in doing what you love whilst others are hating and picking on you. Trust me, one day this practice will gain you so much notoriety that those pricks could only wish that they didn't pick on you when you were little. And that, I guarantee you, is exactly 100% what happened to me here. You know, started at the bottom, now you're here? Well, when I got to where I am today, you can only imagine how many of those who wronged me or picked on me actually reached out to me and tried to establish some form of connection to taste a bit of your fame. And here is where the tables are finally turned. Next, you could also report to the highest possible authorities. Now, personally, I've never done this before, being quiet or shy at a time or whatnot. But if the bullying becomes too unbearable, you would and should speak up and report to the highest possible authority. Not your parents, or your friends, if you have some, or whoever, but the highest in your set environment. For example, the principal if you're being bullied at school, or your boss if you're being bullied at work. Now, of course, if the person doing the bullying is a high authority figure like a boss, then your only option is to report it to the police, which is the highest authority above the boss. And yes, you can do that. There are laws on harassment and violence and domestic abuse and whatever that may be applicable to your situation. Now, I've personally never done this before, and I would probably only resort to this if I feel that I couldn't handle the situation any longer. Next, now this option can be used whether you are currently being bullied or recently been bullied. Practicing stoicism and mental toughness. Now, for those who have no idea what the I'm talking about, stoicism is the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. Not saying that you should be compliant with bullying, but if the bullying doesn't stop, then toughen up and use it as an opportunity to build some really thick skin. It'll be really useful when you become an adult later on, especially let's say if you use Reddit or start making controversial YouTube videos and then people throw shade and throw piss at you like it's the piss parade. You'll be glad then that you had practiced stoicism so that these nasty bullies and spam trolls can't hurt you. Which then leads to the last option that I have to suggest. Now, we all know that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So perhaps for those whose bullying experiences have passed, it is best to let bygones be bygones. Use those past experiences of being bullied as leverage for your future. Let it make you stronger, tougher, smarter as a person. Or heck, you could even capitalize it and exploit your stories for some kind of publicity if you know how to milk that properly. In other words, don't let adversity bring you down. Let it lift you up and be that positive, motivational chip on your shoulder, making you wiser and more powerful than all of your bullies combined. Basically, it is all in the perspective and how you see things. In other words, being bullied can be a negative event only if you let it be. Anyway, these options are not mutually exclusive. You most certainly can use a combo or all of the options above to make the best out of the situation. I know I did, and you know what? There's nothing in my past I would change today. Nothing at all. Because without those horrible bullies, I wouldn't be as strong and as powerful as I am today. So there you have it. This is why bullies should be locked the fuck up. If you're serious about coming out of such horrendous experiences better and stronger than ever, then don't be afraid to use these past or current experiences to your advantage. Perhaps join an anti-bullying campaign or expose these crooks to greater scrutiny by going public with your story. Either way, find a positive outlet to express your thoughts and feelings in order to make you feel better, and who knows, maybe one day this outlet will end up being the key to a greater and better life than you had when you were being bullied. I know you'll suddenly have a far more fulfilling life than any of your bullies. Now, I challenge you to think for yourself and ask yourself these questions. Do you believe bullies should be locked up in order to spare the rest of society the loss of lives, pain, and torment these demonic individuals put people through? Or should they continue to roam free, picking on vulnerable people until one of their victims commits suicide and then somebody finally does something? Well, go on and comment your thoughts below. But no spam, please. If you spam or post unproductive thoughts below, then I'm afraid you are the one that should be locked up. Bully. Alright, so this is it for now. We've come to the end of this rant. Now, if you had fun, had a good laugh, or learned something new today, then please like this video by poking the like button. And if you like a lot of my videos, then perhaps it actually makes much more sense and it makes things easier for yourself to subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the little notification bell for updates. Now then, this is Vicki Lau, signing off.